Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. It's going to be a segment about Vechain and why I believe we can get to $1 and beyond very soon. Now, some of you have been complaining that Vechain hasn't been moving. Well, the thing is, if you look at the 365-day cycle, um, it's actually moved up like 25, 30x. So it has been moving. I really don't care what it does in the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks because I don't really day trade and I could really care less what it does like on a day-to-day basis. Coins don't always move up. Remember, like VeChain was basically middling at around less than a penny for a long time, and it's until it suddenly bursted up into the 10-cent region. And we've been in the we've been in that region for the longest time now, and I do think it will actually burst up again sometime. The aim is still $1, but it could actually go beyond $1, and there's several reasons why. One is because Bitcoin's rapid growth. I do believe we just tested 50K once. It's bouncing back a little bit, 2K down, but eventually we'll go back up. And after a couple of tries, probably three or four, we'll actually burst through 50K. And that's when VeChain will take the next step up to maybe around 20 cents. But VeChain also has a lot of other developments, and Bitcoin's not going to stop at 50K. 65K is the next one after 50K, and after 65K, it's going to go into price discovery mode. And after a little while, altcoins are going to start going crazy after Bitcoin reaches 65K. So that'll be another really big boost for VeChain. The other thing is they did just file for a USA patent for carbon trading. Now we know they've been doing this for China and Europe for a while, but they're actually trying to come into the United States. There's some regulatory concerns. The US regulatory environment is a lot tougher than the European regulatory environment in most cases. So they're trying to get into that market. It's probably going to take them some time, but just the fact that they file a patent, which I hope they'll get, means that they're taking a step in the right direction. And if they permeate in the USA market, and we know that they're trying because they did actually get into family farms in the United States, if they actually get into the USA market, that's another jump up for them. And I think exchanges are more likely to list them. I know a lot of you are harping about the Coinbase exchange, but realistically, VeChain actually has several on ramps in the US already. So Coinbase isn't as big of a deal for VeChain as some other smaller coins that don't have ramps. Plus, I don't really know what Coinbase's qualifications are for listing. They took forever listing ADA, and they listed a bunch of crappy ERC20 coins, which no one really cares about first. And then they listed Doge. They almost listed Shiba Inu. If you can list that stuff, you can definitely list coins that have enterprise uses. The other thing is that just today we just received new news about VeChain, and they actually made their carbon trading kind of like a deployable solution, a fast deployable solution on VeChain Carbon Footprint SaaS. Now this could be a big improvement because everyone's talking besides the United States, I guess they're talking about climate change, they're talking about carbon controls and stuff on vehicles, on factories and stuff like that. And now they have a fast deployable solution. This could actually get a lot of use. And enterprise grade blockchain solution provider VeChain creates a new SaaS products for China's carbon digital emissions market. Now, this is for China right now, but I think if it works in China, I think Europe and others will adopt it. The US will probably be last because we are generally always last in terms of like these things. The increasing impact of greenhouse gases on the atmosphere and their perturbance of climatic order are necessitating a major overhaul of how humanity emits waste gases. All countries and industries now face tough targets for reducing atmospheric pollution. China is arguably facing the greatest challenge of all, having vowed to reach net zero emissions by 2060, which is a long time away, with carbon emissions peaking no later than 2030. As per targets laid out in China's 14th five-year plan, there is very little room for emissions increases from current levels to out to 2025, and that's why the tracking is so important. So if China adopts this thing like whole scale countrywide, that's a lot of transactions. So that's one of the reasons I do believe this will actually be used in other countries as well. San Marino is a big one in Europe. Where like a lot of bigger European countries are actually looking at that as an example. And of course, they're trying to get into the United States. So I think all this stuff will actually start to come together soon because of all the products that are launching. Now, VeChain doesn't do a lot of marketing or AMAs like Cardano. I think that's one of the reasons Cardano's up so much because Charles does AMAs like pretty much every 2 days. Sunny does do AMAs, but only like every couple of months. So like the broader market is not quite as involved. But just the fact that it has like basically increased 25, 30x as with everything else, it's basically kept its position in the cryptocurrency market. It hasn't really gone up, hasn't really gone down. So I'd say VeChain's like in terms of price performance compared to the rest of markets, maybe like average, slightly above average right now. And people are looking at like things that shoot up instantly as their benchmark, which is a bad idea. But that's why I believe that VeChain will actually reach a dollar because both because of Bitcoin increases, their products like their SaaS product, which could be huge for China, and all this stuff uses VeChain Tor. Also developments on things like Vimworld and Vulcanverse. So like they're in on the NFT games as well. And plus VeChain 2.0 is actually going to POA 2.0 is going to come out this year. It might already be out on some of their enterprise partners. We just don't really know. They're keeping everything under wraps, probably because they want a competitive advantage, but it'll be upon us before we even know it. So all those things come together. I think VeChain can be a dollar and beyond because of all these new developments. And these are like solid fundamentals of a project, not just like random, not really just like random speculation, and not just like random, FOMO into like Shiba Inu or something dumb like that. Solid fundamentals, increase in utility, launching products. That's really what you want to see from a real project. I know, like money wise, like just FOMO into like a meme might actually be more powerful, but long term wise, like these are the types of things you want in an investment. So that's why I think VeChain will actually reach above a dollar. And hopefully it can actually reach much above a dollar, even though that is my goal for VeChain. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.